only changing one thing today, and it's the exercise that I tried with Kitty and Sarah in person this week. So when we get to it, let me know whatever questions you have. So why don't you, and it's weird because I can hear you back. Stand up and let's start. Okay, so let's just start with some slow marches. And then take it wide. And bring it back together and bring your knees up a little bit higher and alternate your hand to your knee. So you're twisting your body, your upper body a little bit. And now let's take it to a rocking on your feet and just open your arms nice and wide, warming up your back, your shoulders, your upper body. And take it on your toes. So let's just do some calf raises. And now let's do some heels to the front and twist your upper body a little bit as we do those. Take it to some kickbacks. And let's circle our hips. I'm going to the right for 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and to the left for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's roll our shoulders forward for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And as we always do, let's work on posture a little bit. So your feet should be parallel, toes pointing forward, about hip width apart, standing nice and tall, plumb line in the center of your head, holding you up nice and tall. One hand behind your head, the other one on your chin. Push your chin back into your hand. So your head is sitting directly on top of your shoulder. You're not pushing your head forward. So your ears are over your shoulders over your hips over your knees over your ankle. Your belly button is nice and tight. There's a belt around your waist, and it's on the last hole of that belt. So nice and tight, and your shoulders are down and
Greetings and welcome to this program. I am Vishaka Desai, Chair of the Committee on Global Thought and the Project Leader for Politics of Visual Arts in a Changing World, an initiative of the Committee on Global Thought, which in itself is a presidential initiative at Columbia University.
Somebody has the radio on.
Yes. Okay. So let's sit on our chairs. We're going to do some sits to stand and warm up our feet a little bit more. So you're sitting on the edge of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. You're still paying attention to the posture even in this position. So your belly button is nice and tall. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are nice and relaxed. So we're going to use our arms for the first set. And we're going to stand up and sit nice and soft on the chair. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, So we're going to point and flex for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And slide out. If I'm going too fast, now you guys can give me feedback. If I'm going too fast, let me know. I'll slow down. By the way, your feet should be about shoulder width apart. So sitting up nice and tall. This time I'm going to cross my hands across my chest, and we'll take the arm back. So 1, sit it nice and soft. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do some ankle circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And circle in for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to stand up and do some squats. So we are going to do the squats I did with Kitty the other day. So we're going to start with our feet together. We're going to squat out to one side and then the other side. All right? So let's get started. 1, weight is on your heel, pushing your hips back. 2, chest up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for those of you that have trouble with this, Meryl, I'm speaking to you in particular, you always go to the point before you feel any discomfort. Or you could do a wall squat, a wall sit, instead of doing the squat. So we're going to superset that with some calf raises. So I'm just holding on, this fingertip holding on to the chair and rolling up on my toes for 10 and rocking back on my heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out, and we're going to do a second set of the squats. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of calf raises. So rolling up on your toes, rocking back on your heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a little bit. So now we're going to do side leg lifts and an exercise that I did with Kitty and Sarah earlier this week called Good Morning. We're going to do a modified Good Morning. So, standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, don't lean over. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch over to the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So shake it out a little bit. And I'm just going to go through a good morning before we start. So it really focuses on your glutes, and a regular good morning will focus on both glutes, but this time we're going to do a little modified. So one knee is going to be bent, the tip of your toe on the floor. You're going to push your hips straight back, not down. You're going to push it straight back, and you're going to bend forward. You're going to just fold in half practically, and you'll feel the work on one side more than the other. So your belly button's still pushed in, and you're not arching your back as you go forward. So you're just going to push your hips back and up, back and up. So let me know if you have any questions. Why don't you guys go ahead? Let me see if I can see some of you and see what Sarah, bend forward a little bit more. Go ahead. Bring your head down, Sarah, and bend forward a little bit more. So let's start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what may help is if you think of your hips moving horizontally instead of going down. You want your hips to go straight back instead of going down. So let's do the other side. 1, and you're looking down at the floor as you go forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. So we focus a lot on glutes in balance because it's one of the biggest muscle groups in your body, and if it's not strong and working well, you have balance problem. So let's do a second set of side leg lifts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, shake it out. And let's go back to that modified good morning. So knee bend. By the way, the standing leg, your knee should be soft. You're not locked in any of your joints. So toes touching the floor, belly button pulled in, leaning forward, pushing your hips back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switching over to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. So let's leave our hips and lower body alone. Let's work on some upper body. I'm going to use a TheraBand today. You could use weights, or you could use just your arms. If you don't have anything, just doing this is fine. You're still working on the muscle group that we're focusing on, which is our upper body. I'm trying to prevent walking around like this, which actually doesn't help in balance. It actually makes balance and propensity to fall greater if we're looking down at our feet as we walk. So your elbows at your side, your hands should be about chest height, and you're going to pull out and squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. That's 2, 3. I'm looking at you guys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And as you know, I like working the opposite muscle group, so that you can do this also without a weight. You're pushing through water, and you can do this seated. It's actually a little bit easier if you're seated. Elbows about shoulder height or a little bit lower. Your shoulders are down, and your hands are about chest height, and just push forward. And you can definitely do this without weights or a band. I think it's about 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. And let's do one more set of scapular retraction. So elbows at your side. Make sure your elbows don't come out as you're bringing your arms out. So 1, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set. Lower chest press. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we're going to do something, and I have a feeling a lot of you are going to disappear from the screen since I'm only seeing your upper body, but we're going to do hip bridges on the ground. And that's fine if I don't see your upper body, as long as you're doing the exercise. So, as I said before, I focus a lot on glutes, and hip bridges are it's such a good exercise. Not only does it work your glutes, but you get some core work, you get lower back work in your hamstrings, and even down into your calves. So it's such a good exercise, and it works so many things. That's why I'm doing it. So if you disappear for a minute or so, that's okay. So lay on your back nice and flat. Belly button is still pulled in. Your feet should be about hip width apart or slightly wider. Your hands pointing towards your heel. And you're going to bring your hips up and contract your glutes on the up part and release on the down part. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And while you're resting, I'm just going to tell you what we're doing for the second set. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to stagger our feet a little bit so we focus on one side more than the other. And just 5 sets on one side and 5 on the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And switch to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And roll up. Roll over and up, I should say. Let's put the mat away. Welcome back. Good to see you back again. And this time we are going to do front lunges and back lunges. So let me just demonstrate a little bit. If you could do this without holding on, go ahead. It's going to be a front lunge and a back lunge. If, as I said before, you go to the point before you feel any pain or discomfort. So if it's just a slight bend in your knee or even a straight leg, a big movement in front and a big movement in the back, that's perfectly fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And actually don't have to move the chair, I'm just going to switch to the other leg. So, Meryl, I know this may bother your knees, so. Just
No, I know, yeah, I'm not doing that, yeah.
You are? Good.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you should really feel that in your quads. So it is strengthening your legs a lot, your quads in particular. So we're going to do lateral raise and our first true balance exercise, which is a tandem stance. All right, Sarah. So one heel touching the toe. If that is too hard, you can just move your foot over to one side or a little bit in front. You're still getting a balance exercise. You just make it a little bit shorter than your natural basis for it. And belly button pulled in, shoulders down, arms starting in front and up to shoulder height for 10. This is 2. You can definitely do this without weights. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for the beta side, perfect posture actually helps a great deal in that exercise. So let's do our last set of front and back lunges. Actually, let's take a break. Let's take a water break. All right. So let's start again. Is everyone back? I don't see you, Kitty. All right. So let's start. I'm going to start it going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out a moment. And let's switch to the opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last leg, our last set, tandem stance with lateral raise. So, good posture, and starting in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's put that off to the side. One last set of lunges. So we're going to do a lateral lunge, a side lunge. So if you need to hold on to the chair, go ahead. You do this without holding on. So let me just demonstrate a little. So you're going to step, push your hip back, your chest is still up, and push off and back to your starting position. So let's start. So 1, 2, 3, make sure your chest is still high. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. So we are going to do biceps and a coordination exercise. So it's gonna be a slow march, and we're gonna coordinate that with a alternating bicep curl. So if your left knee's up, you're curling your right hand. So 1, 2, keep your elbows close to your body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's put that off to the side. And then, guys, ready? Let's do our second set of a side lunge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last side. So 1, 2, 3, or you can do just a big step. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of biceps and high knees. So we start with my right knee up and my left arm bicep curl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do some strictly coordination exercise now. We're going to do the braided, and I'm sure a lot of you have taken aerobics classes in the past where we did grapevines, and then braided is similar, but a much smaller steps. So I'm going to start off with my right foot over my left, and bring my left foot next to my right, and my right foot behind, and my left foot back. Right foot over, right foot behind. And while you're doing this, you shouldn't be looking down at your feet, actually. The posture should be standing up nice and tall, and looking straight ahead. So I'm going to start right foot over, right foot behind, right foot over, right foot behind. And let's do that again. So I'm going to start with my left foot behind. That's actually, I should have done it coming the other way with my left foot. So I'm going to do my right foot behind, right foot in front, right foot behind, right foot in front. And now I'm going to start with my left foot behind, left foot in front, left foot behind, left foot in front. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is a tandem walk. Have your chair close to you, even a fingertip tip on the chair will help you with this if you can't do it without holding on. So posture helps. Don't look back at your feet. I'm starting out with my right foot in front, and I'm just going to do a few steps. If you have your arms out like a tightrope walker, you pull in a pole, that may help you. And now I'm going to go backward, not looking down at your feet. If you need to hold on, go ahead. Okay, let's do that one more time. So, belly button pulled in, and straight ahead, not at your feet. Way to advance it, which I'm not going to do, is to do this with your eyes closed. And that's good. So, I'm going to do, it's always nice to have a rotation exercise when you're doing a balance class. And we're going to do a high knee with, for those of you who may have arthritis or spinal issues, if it bothers you to twist, you can just bring your knee up while we do this exercise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch over to the other side. Back, hold it on, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our, we're going to do some triceps. So today, instead of doing a tricep kickback, we're just going to do a pulse. So your knees are bent slightly. You're not bending forward too much. You're going to have your arms behind you with your palms facing towards, with your top of your hand closest to your body. Your palm is facing away from you. And we're just going to pulse out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you should really feel those in your triceps. And that is a good exercise to do without weights, because you'll definitely feel those even without weights. So we focus on our triceps because if you do fall and you have to get up off the ground and you have to push your upper body up, you're really using your tricep muscle. And one of the reasons why I pay a lot of attention to upper body work in a balance class, not only because I like to do a full body workout, but you do need your upper body strength for posture and balance. So let's do our last set of high knee with a twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And actually for the last set of triceps, I'm going to do it that way. So your palms facing away from you. And I'm just going to pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. And before we get to my favorite part, everyone knows what my favorite part is. I'm going to do one more balance exercise. We're just going to do some single leg stances. If you need to hold on, try even just a fingertip on a wall or on your chair. And I'm just going to do it with my knee up in front, belly button pulled in, shoulders relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you may find that if you have your leg bent behind you or the leg out to the side or straight in front, that's an easier single leg stance for you. So find something that's good for you. So I'm going to do it out to the side this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we are at my favorite part. Let's stretch and pull it out. So sit towards the end of your chair, good posture, one leg out, your foot is flexed, lean in from your hip. You can reach your toe. I can reach my toe because I have so long arms. Just pull them gently towards your face. You feel the stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves. And switch over to the other side. If you have hip or knee problems, you can do a hip stretch with your legs crossed at your shin or on top of your legs. But if you can do the figure 4, cross your leg over, push on the inside of your knee gently, and lean forward. You feel the stretch in the hip, the leg that's on top. The other side. Legs nice and wide. Make sure you're supported on your chair. You're just going to lean forward with your chin up. Your back is not rolled. You're not rolling your back. So feel a gentle stretch in your lower back and just walk over to one foot. And then walk over to the other side. You should feel a nice stretch in the side, lower back. Then we roll up. Let's do a hip flexion stretch. My legs are about 90 degrees across my chair and in back of me. Arm up and turn towards the back of the chair. Pushing your hips forward without arching your back. And switch over to the other side. Arm up. Push your hip out. Turn towards the back of the chair. And let's do a posterior stretch. So your hands on the chair. Knees soft, just push your hips away from the chair. And we roll up, stretch our neck, shoulders pointing forward. I'm turning to my right and looking down to the other side. shoulders. And your triceps. Stretch the other shoulder. And triceps. So just roll our shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the back. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's just end with posture. So you're standing with your feet parallel to the floor, toes pointing forward, standing nice and tall, palm line pulling you up, hand behind your head, the other in your chin, push your chin back into your hand, chin is parallel, shoulder over your ears over your shoulder, over your hip, over your knee, over your ankle. Your belly button's pulled nice and tall, and your shoulder blades are down and relaxed. Thank you guys so much. It is so great to see all of you.
Good to see you, Janice.
Thank you,
Great
Janice.
class, great class.
Yeah, terrific.
It's so